वुल्फमैन। अंधेरे जंगल, टूटते पत्तों की आहट और चमकती लाल आंखें। यह है वुल्फमैन। यह कहानी है उस शापित इंसान की जिसके अंदर छुपा है एक जानवर। इंसान और दरिंदे की इस जंग में सबसे बड़ी लड़ाई खुद से है। हर रात चांदनी के नीचे उसकी चीखें गूंजती हैं और हर सुबह वो अपने ही खून से लथपथ जागता है। वुल्फमैन हमें यह सवाल छोड़ जाती है, क्या इंसान अपनी किस्मत से भाग सकता है या फिर वो हमेशा अपने अंदर के दरिंदे का गुलाम रहेगा। अगर यह डर और रहस्य से भरी दास्तान आपको रोमांचित कर गई हो तो लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें।
इसे MC राजशेखर रेड्डी द्वारा लिखित और निर्देशित किया गया है और श्री सत्य मूवीज द्वारा निर्मित है। फिल्म में कृति शेट्टी और कैथरीन ट्रासा है। इसे 22 अगस्त 2022 को सिनेमाघरों में रिलीज़ किया गया और इसे आलोचकों से ज़्यादातर नकारात्मक समीक्षा मिली। इस लेख को एक कथानक सारांश की आवश्यकता है। कृपया अपने शब्दों में एक जोड़ें। इस टेम्पलेट संदेश को कैसे और कब निकालना है जानें। सिद्धार्थ रेड्डी को आंध्र प्रदेश के गटूर जिले के लिए जिला कलेक्टर के रूप में पोस्टिंग मिलती है। वहाँ वह एक स्थानीय उपद्रवी और राजनेता रजपा के खिलाफ जाता है। पूरी सुपरू रिलीज़ 6 अगस्त 2022। संगीत महाथी सवरा सागर द्वारा रचित है, जो भीष्म और उस्ताद के बाद नतीन के साथ उनका तीसरा सहयोग है। ऑडियो आदित्य म्यूजिक द्वारा विस्तृत किया गया है। पहला एकल शीर्षक चिल मारो नकाश अजीज संजना कलमाचे द्वारा गाया गया था और इसे 31 मई 2022 को रिलीज़ किया गया था। रारा रेडी आई एम रेडी शीर्षक वाला दूसरा एकल 9 जुलाई 2022 को जारी किया गया था। एक हिस्सा नितिन की पहली फिल्म जयम के गाने रानू रानू अंतोड़ी चिनाधो को भी गाने के भीतर रिक्रिएट किया गया था। रिसेप्शन मचेरला नियोजकवर्मन को आलोचकों से नकारात्मक समीक्षा मिली। पिकविल्ला के अरविंद बी ने फिल्म को 5 में से 2 स्टार दिए और लिखा, माचेरला नियोजकवर्गम की कहानी सभी गलत बॉक्सों की जांच करती है। बॉक्स जो एक बीते युग से पुनः प्रस्तुत किए गए हैं। एक विधवा को धमकी देना। 123 तेलुगु ने लिखा है कि यह फिल्म आलोचकों से नकारात्मक समीक्षा मिली। पिकविल्ला के अरविंद ने लिखा है कि अरविंद 5 में से 2 स्टार दिए और लिखा, मारेचला नियोजकवर्गम की कहानी सभी गलत बॉक्सों की जांच करती है। बॉक्स जो एक बीते युग से पुनः प्रस्तुत किए गए हैं। एक विधवा को धमकी देना। 123 तेलुगु ने लिखा है कि यह फिल्म कुछ चुनिंदा सामूहिक क्षणों के साथ नियमित और पुरानी एक्शन ड्रामा है। टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया की निशिता न्यायपति ने फिल्म को 5 में से 1.5 स्टार दिए और लिखा, मचेरला नियोजकवर्गम दुख की बात है कि सभी शैली और कोई पदार्थ नहीं है। द न्यू इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के मुरली कृष्णा CH ने कहा, माचेरला नियोजकवर्गम दर्दनाक रूप से पूर्वानुमेय और हास्यास्पद रूप से दोहराव वाला है। नितिन कुमार रेड्डी, जन्म 30 मार्च 1983, जिन्हें पेशेवर रूप से नितिन के नाम से जाना जाता है, एक भारतीय अभिनेता और निर्माता है जो मुख्य रूप से तेलुगु सिनेमा में काम करते हैं। नितिन के काम ने उन्हें एक फिल्म फेयर पुरस्कार और सर्वश्रेष्ठ अभिनेता के लिए फिल्म फेयर पुरस्कार, तेलुगु के लिए 2 नामांकन अर्जित किए। नितिन ने अपने अभिनय की शुरुआत 2002 में रोमांटिक एक्शन फिल्म जेएम 2002 से की। उन्होंने अपने प्रदर्शन के लिए सर्वश्रेष्ठ पुरुष पदार्पण दक्षिण का फिल्म फेयर पुरस्कार जीता। नितिन फिर दिल 2003, श्री अजनयम 2004 और मई 2004 में दिखाई दिए। बॉक्स ऑफिस पर असफलताओं की एक श्रृंखला के बाद नितिन ने रोमांस फिल्म झलक इश्क 2012 के साथ सफलता हासिल की। उनकी अन्य सफल फिल्मों में गुंडे जड़ी, गंध इंधे 2013, हार्ट अटैक 2014, आ 2016 और भीष्म 2020 शामिल है। 2013 में नितिन ने अपना खुद का फिल्म प्रोडक्शन स्टूडियो श्रेष्ठ मूवीज़ की स्थापना की। नितिन तेलंगाना राज्य के लिए स्वच्छ भारत अभियान के ब्रांड एम्बेसडर है। निजी जीवन। नितिन कुमार रेड्डी का जन्म 30 मार्च 1983 को फिल्म वितरक सुधाकर रेड्डी और लक्ष्मी रेड्डी के घर हुआ था। उनकी एक बड़ी बहन है जिसका नाम निकिता रेड्डी है। उन्होंने गीतांजलि स्कूल बेगमपेट में अपनी शिक्षा पूरी की और रत्ना जूनियर कॉलेज से इंटरमीडिएट की शिक्षा प्राप्त की और गंदीपेट के शादान कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी से स्नातक की पढ़ाई पूरी की। बाद में उनके पिता एक निर्माता बन गए और उनके साथ 2 फिल्में बनाई, गुंडे जारी, गेलंथिंदे और चिन्नादना की कोसम विफल सत्यापन। नितिन ने अपने नाम में अतिरिक्त जोड़ा है और इसे नितिन के रूप में लिखा है। 2020 में नितिन ने अपना गर्लफ्रेंड शालिनी कंदगोरी से सगाई की थी। 26 जुलाई को उन्होंने हैदराबाद के फलकनुमा पैलेस में शादी की। शादी मूल रूप से 16 अप्रैल उसी वर्ष दुबई में होने वाली थी, लेकिन कोविड-19 महामारी के जवाब में लगाए गए लॉकडाउन प्रतिबंधों के कारण इसे स्थगित कर दिया गया था। करियर 2002 से 2004 पदार्पण और प्रारंभिक सफलता। नितिन ने अपने करियर की शुरुआत 2002 में तेजा द्वारा निर्देशित फिल्म जेएम से की थी। निर्देशक तेजा ने उन्हें सुदर्शन 35 मिमी थिएटर में उनकी फिल्म नूहू नैनू की स्क्रीनिंग में 2 मौकों पर देखा। फिल्म तेजा ने उनसे उनकी अभिनय रुचि के बारे में पूछताछ की और एक स्क्रीन टेस्ट और फोटो सेशन किया और उन्हें अपने निर्देशन और प्रोडक्शन वेंचर जेएम के लिए लीड के रूप में चुना भी। साधा और गोपी चंद अभिनीत। 2003 में नितिन ने बीवी विनायक द्वारा निर्देशित फिल्म दिल में अभिनय किया। दिल राजू द्वारा निर्मित। बाद में उसी वर्ष नितिन ने साभरम फिल्म में अभिनय किया। दशरथ द्वारा निर्देशित 2004 में नितिन ने कृष्ण वामसी द्वारा निर्देशित श्री अजनयम में अभिनय किया, जहां उन्होंने भगवान हनुमान के भक्त के रूप में भूमिका निभाई। यह पहली फिल्म भी है जहां नितिन ने अपने संवादों को डब किया, जिसे तब तक शिवाजी ने आवाज़ दी थी। 2004 से 2011 लगातार विफलताएं। एस राजामौली द्वारा निर्देशित उनकी 2004 की फिल्म सई के बाद नितिन कई फिल्मों में दिखाई दिए, जिसमें से कुछ धर्म आज्ञा और सीता रामुला कल्याणम है। हालांकि इनमें से कोई भी फिल्म व्यावसायिक रूप से सफल नहीं रही। नितिन को तेलुगु सिनेमा में किसी भी अभिनेता द्वारा सबसे लगातार फ्लॉप 12 का गौरव प्राप्त है। उन्होंने 2012 में विक्रम कुमार द्वारा निर्देशित रोमांटिक ड्रामा फिल्म इश्क के साथ कई वर्षों के बाद सफलता का स्वाद चखा। 2012 से 2016 वापसी और स्टारडम। इश्क में नितिन ने नित्या मेनन के साथ जोड़ी बनाई, जिसे उनके पिता सुधाकर रेड्डी ने भी सह-निर्मित किया था। उन्होंने 2013 में फिल्म गुंडे जारी गेलंथिंदे में अभिनय किया। नितिन के साथ ईशा तलवार और नित्या मेनन ने मुख्य भूमिकाएं निभाई। बाद में उन्होंने 2014 में करुणाकरण द्वारा लिखित और निर्देशित फिल्म चिन्नादना नी कौसम में अभिनय किया, जिसे एन सुधाकर रेड्डी और बहन निकिता रेड्डी ने अपने होम बैनर श्रेष्ठ मूवीज़ के तहत निर्मित किया। बाद के वर्ष में उन्होंने हार्ट अटैक में मुख्य भूमिका निभाई, जिसका निर्देशन ने किया था पूरी जगन्नाथ। उन्होंने हिप्पी की भूमिका निभाई और फिल्म को मिश्रित समीक्षा मिली। उन्होंने 2015 में रिलीज़ हुई फिल्म कुरियर बॉय कल्याण में एक कुरियर बॉय की भूमिका निभाई। प्रेम साई द्वारा निर्देशित और गौतम वासुदेव मेनन द्वारा निर्मित नितिन ने समांथा रूथ प्रभु और अनुपमा परमेश्वरन के साथ श्री विक्रम श्रीनिवास द्वारा लिखित और निर्देशित फिल्म 2016 में अभिनय किया। यह फिल्म नितिन के करियर की सबसे बड़ी कमाई करने वाली फिल्म बन गई। 2017 से वर्तमान 2017 में नितिन ने फिल्म लाए में अभिनय किया, जिसे हनु राघवपुड़ी द्वारा निर्देशित किया गया था। इसने आलोचकों से औसत समीक्षा प्राप्त की और बॉक्स ऑफिस पर अच्छा प्रदर्शन नहीं कर सकी। 2018 में कृष्ण चैतन्य द्वारा निर्देशित नितिन की चल मोहन रंगा सह कलाकार मेघा आकाश के साथ फिल्म ने बॉक्स ऑफिस पर खराब प्रदर्शन किया। बाद के वर्षों में उन्होंने श्रीनिवास कल्याणम में राशि खन्ना के साथ अभिनय किया और सतीश वैगसना द्वारा निर्देशित उनकी 2020 की फिल्म भीष्म विकी कुदमुल्ला द्वारा निर्देशित और साथ अभिनीत रश्मिका मंदाना एक व्यावसायिक सफलता थी। नितिन ने निर्देशक चंद्रशेखर याल्टी के साथ चेक 2021 के लिए सहयोग किया, जिसमें सह कलाकार रकुलप्रीत सिंह और प्रिया प्रकाश वॉरियर थे। वर्ष की उनकी दूसरी रिलीज रंग दे थी, जिसका निर्देशन विक्की अतलूरी ने किया था और इसमें कृति सुरेश के साथ अभिनय किया था। उनकी वर्ष की तीसरी रिलीज ब्लैक कॉमेडी क्राइम थ्रिलर मैस्ट्रो थी, जो 17 सितंबर 2021 को डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार पर डायरेक्ट टू स्ट्रीमिंग रिलीज हुई थी। उन्होंने एक पियानो वादक की भूमिका निभाई थी। आलोचकों ने फिल्म में उनके प्रदर्शन की प्रशंसा की और यह हिंदी फिल्म अंधाधुन की रीमेक है। सितंबर 2021 में उन्होंने अपनी अगली फिल्म मचेरला नियोजकवर्गम के लिए फिल्मांकन शुरू किया। कृति शेट्टी जन्म 21 सितंबर 2003 एक भारतीय अभिनेत्री है जो मुख्य रूप से तेलुगु फिल्मों में दिखाई देती है। उन्होंने व्यावसायिक रूप से सफल फिल्म उपेनना 2021 से अपनी शुरुआत की। प्रारंभिक जीवन कृति शेट्टी का जन्म 21 सितंबर 2003 को मुंबई में एक तुलु परिवार में मंगलौर कर्नाटक से हुआ था। उनके पिता एक व्यवसायी हैं और उनकी माँ एक फैशन डिज़ाइनर है। उसके 2 भाई बहन हैं, एक भाई और एक बहन। उनका पालन पोषण मुंबई में हुआ और फरवरी 2021 तक वह मनोविज्ञान की पढ़ाई कर रही थी। अपनी पढ़ाई के दौरान उन्होंने व्यावसायिक विज्ञापनों में काम किया। शेट्टी अपनी मातृभाषा तुलु, हिंदी और अंग्रेजी बोल सकती है। उसने तेलुगु बोलना सीख लिया है और अपने फिल्मी करियर के लिए तमिल सीख रहे हैं। अतिरिक्त उदाहरणों की आवश्यकता है। करियर हिंदी फिल्म सुपर 30 में एक संक्षिप्त उपस्थिति के बाद शेट्टी ने 17 साल की उम्र में बुच्ची सना द्वारा निर्देशित तेलुगु फिल्म उपेनना और मैथिली मूवी मेकर्स और सुकुमार राइटिंग्स द्वारा निर्मित मुख्य भूमिका में अपनी शुरुआत की। फिल्म 100 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक का संग्रह करके बॉक्स ऑफिस पर व्यावसायिक रूप से सफल रही। उनके प्रदर्शन की समीक्षा करते हुए द टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया निशिता न्यायपति ने लिखा, नवोदित कलाकार वैष्णव और कृति अधिकांश भाग के लिए अपने पात्रों की पेचीदगियों को अच्छी तरह से खींच लेते हैं। 2021 में वह तेलुगु फिल्म श्याम सिंघा राव में नानी के साथ दिखाई दी। 2022 में 2022 में वह एक लिंगुस्वामी द्वारा निर्देशित द्विभाषी फिल्म द वॉरियर में राम पोथनैनी के साथ दिखाई दी। फिल्म को आलोचकों से नकारात्मक समीक्षा मिली और यह एक बड़ी व्यावसायिक विफलता थी। उसी वर्ष उनकी अगली रिलीज तेलुगु फिल्म मचेरला नियोजकवर्गम थी, जिसका निर्देशन एस राजशेखर रेड्डी ने किया था। 2022 तक वह मोहना कृष्ण इंद्रगंती द्वारा निर्देशित आगामी फिल्म अम्मी गुरिची मिक्कू चेपली की शूटिंग कर रही है। को स्टारिंग सुधीर बाबू, कैथरीन ट्रासा। अलेक्जेंडर जन्म 10 सितंबर 1999 एक भारतीय अभिनेत्री और मॉडल है। उन्होंने मुख्य रूप से तेलुगु और तमिल फिल्मों में अपना करियर स्थापित किया है। उन्होंने 2010 में कन्नड़ फिल्म शंकर IPS से अपनी शुरुआत की। ट्रासा को 4 बार फिल्म फेयर अवार्ड्स साउथ के लिए नामांकित किया गया है। प्रारंभिक जीवन: उन्होंने गॉडफादर 2012, मद्रास 2014, सरेनोर्डू 2016, नैनी राजू नैनी मंत्री 2017, क्लॉकलप्पू 2 2018 जैसी सफल फिल्मों में अभिनय किया है। कैथरीन ट्रासा का जन्म मलयाली माता-पिता फ्रैंक मारियो अलेक्जेंडर और ट्रेसा अलेक्जेंडर के दुबई, संयुक्त अरब अमीरात में हुआ था और एक ईसाई घराने में पली बड़ी है। उन्होंने अपनी 12वीं कक्षा दुबई में की और उच्च शिक्षा के लिए बेंगलोर चली गई। पढ़ाई के दौरान उसने पियानो बजाना सीखा और गायन, नृत्य, आइस स्केटिंग और वाद विवाद में प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त किया। यह कहते हुए कि वह मानती है कि वह जो कुछ भी है मैं अपना मन लगाती है उसमें वह अच्छी है। दुबई में टेरेसा अमीरात पर्यावरण स्वयंसेवक थी। 14 साल की उम्र में टेरेसा ने फैशन डिज़ाइन स्नातक छात्रों के लिए कुछ शौकिया मॉडलिंग की। भारत आने के बाद उन्होंने नल्ली सिल्क्स, चेन्नई सिल्क्स, फास्ट ट्रैक, जेस्को ज्वेलर्स और डेक्कन क्रॉनिकल के लिए मॉडलिंग की। उन्होंने श्रीकांत दत्त वोडेयार के महाराजा कैलेंडर के लिए भी शूटिंग की है और पूरे भारत में कई रैंप शो में प्रसाद विदाप्पा के साथ भाग लिया था। करियर: ट्रासा ने 2010 में कन्नड़ फिल्म शंकर IPS में दुनिया विजय के साथ अभिनय की शुरुआत की। टेरेसा ने मलयालम फिल्मों दी थ्रिलर और उपकदम ब्रदर्स बैक इन एक्शन में अभिनय किया। 2011 में उन्होंने कन्नड़ फिल्म विष्णु में एक भूमिका निभाई, जिसके बारे में उन्होंने कहा कि वह उनके वास्तविक जीवन के समान रूप से विपरीत थी। इसके बाद उपेंद्र के साथ कन्नड़ फिल्म गॉडफादर आई, जिसे सिनेमाटोग्राफर से फिल्म निर्माता बने सेतु श्रीराम ने निर्देशित किया। इसमें त्रेसा का किरदार मानसिक रूप से एक वृद्ध महिला का था। उनके प्रदर्शन ने उन्हें 60वें फिल्म फेयर अवार्ड्स साउथ में सर्वश्रेष्ठ सहायक अभिनेत्री की श्रेणी में एक पुरस्कार के लिए पहला नामांकन दिलाया। इसके बाद उन्होंने नीलकांत द्वारा निर्देशित छम्मक छल्लो के लिए साइन अप किया, जिसमें उन्होंने एक शहरी बोल्ड और गतिशील लड़की की भूमिका निभाई। यह फरवरी 2013 में रिलीज़ हुई और बॉक्स ऑफिस पर असफल रही, लेकिन उसने गौर किया और सकारात्मक समीक्षा प्राप्त की। apherald.com ने उसे देखने के लिए एक दावत कहा और 123 तेलुगु.com ने कहा कि अगर वह अपने पत्ते सही से खेलती है तो उसमें भविष्य में एक सुपरस्टार बनने की क्षमता है। त्रेसा ने पूरी जगन्नाथ की तेलुगु फिल्म इदाराम अलियातु में एक पुलिस प्रधान भूमिका निभाई। इस फिल्म को जून 2013 में रिलीज़ किया गया और इसे खूब सराहा गया। टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया ने रिपोर्ट किया, कैथरीन ट्रासा आकांक्षा के चरित्र पर पूरी तरह से सूट करती है। श्रीराग.com ने उन्हें सिगरेट स्मोकिंग हॉट कहा, जबकि आइडल ब्रेन जीव ने अपनी समीक्षा में कहा, थोड़ी फाइन ट्यूनिंग के साथ वह तेलुगु फिल्मों में बड़ी बन सकती है। ट्रेसा अगली बार पैसा में कृष्णा वामसी द्वारा फिल्म में एक मुस्लिम की भूमिका निभाते हुए दिखाई दी, जो प्यारी है, बहुत हिचकिचाती है और अपनी आँखों से बहुत कुछ बोलती है और इसे छम्मक छल्लो में जो मैं खेलता हूँ के विपरीत है। 2014 में उन्होंने मद्रास के साथ तमिल फिल्म उद्योग में अपनी शुरुआत की, जिसमें उन्होंने कार्ति के साथ अभिनय किया। दूसरी तमिल फिल्म एस थानू प्रोडक्शन है। कनीथन डेब्यूटेंट संतोष द्वारा निर्देशक है, जिसमें वह अर्थव के साथ अभिनय करेगी। इसके बाद वह 2 तेलुगु फिल्मों में दिखाई दी। गुणशेखर कीरुधर्मादेवी पहली भारतीय 3D ऐतिहासिक फिल्म और इराबस दसारी नारायण राव द्वारा निर्देशित और निर्मित है। इसमें पीटेस ऑफ कैरेबियन, एवेंजर्स ऑफ अल्ट्रॉन, United States and Canada. Avengers Age of Ultron earned $84.46 million on its opening day, marking the biggest opening day for a superhero film and the second biggest opening and second biggest single day gross behind Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, $91.7 million. The film is Friday gross and included $27.6 million from Thursday night, which we begin at 7 p.m. and was the sixth highest ever for Thursday preview earnings and the highest among Marvel films. The film totaled $191.3 million in its opening weekend, the third highest gross behind Jurassic World and the Avengers. It also saw the second highest IMAX opening weekend total with $18 million, a record $13.5 million from premium large format theaters and the highest share for the first weekend in May, accounting for 85% of the top 12 box office. Total earnings of thus in attendance the first weekend. 59% were male, 41% were female, and 59% were over the age of 25. In its second weekend, the film fell 59%, earning $77.7 million, which was the second biggest second weekend gross behind the Avengers $103 million. Both were surpassed a month later by Jurassic World $106.6 million. It holds the record for the second biggest loss between first and second weekends with $113.6 million, only behind Deathly Hallows Part 2 is $121 million loss between its first and second weekends. In 2011, it became the third highest grossing film of 2015 outside tertiaries. Avengers Age of Ultron earned $2,000.2 million in its first weekend from 44 countries, opening in first in all, which was 44% above its predecessor's opening. Additionally, the film saw the largest non-China international IMAX opening with $10.4 million. The top earning countries were South Korea, the UK, the Russia. The film broke records in many countries, including opening day records in Mexico, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Opening weekends record in Mexico, Russia, and CIS, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. And highest opening weekend for a superhero film in the UK, Ireland, and Malta, $27.3 million, Germany, $9.3 million, Sweden, Norway, and the Netherlands. In the UK, where Age of Ultron was filmed, it earned $5.4 million on its opening day and $27.3 million during the weekend, setting an opening weekend record for a superhero film. Marvel is the biggest opening in Britain and the biggest April opening, the eighth biggest debut. It also set the best single day earning for a Disney and superhero film with this 9.4 million dollars haul on Saturday in South Korea. Also were part of the film once shoot. The film earned $4.9 million on its opening day and 28.2 through the weekend. It held the record for advance ticket sales rate, accounting for 96% of tickets reserved, breaking Transformers Dark of the Moon is a record of 94.6% in 2011, the widest release ever across 1826 screens. Also breaking Dark of Moon is 1420 screens and the fastest imported film to surpass 1 million admissions, doing so in 2 days. It topped the box office for 3 consecutive weekends and became the biggest Disney Marvel release as well as the second biggest Western film in the country. The Chinese opening scored the biggest weekend opening day as well as the biggest Disney Marvel opening with $33.9 million and the second biggest sixth day start with $156.3 million, of which $17.5 million came from IMAX theaters, the biggest ever. Age of Ultron also opened at number 1 in Japan in early July 2015 with $6.5 million, the highest opening weekend for an MCU release as of March 10, 2019. It is the ninth highest grossing film and the fourth highest grossing 2015 film. Its largest market were China, South Korea $78 million, and the UK, Ireland and Malta $76.6 million. Critical response. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reported a 75% approval rating with an average score of 6.75 out of 10 based on 360 reviews. The website is critical consensus reads exuberant and eye-popping. Average Avengers Age of Ultron serve as an overstuffed but mostly satisfying sequel. Reinviting its predecessors and widely cast with a few new additions and a worthy foreign. On Metacritic, the film achieved an average score of 66 out of 100 based on 49 critics, signifying a journal for able reviews. Cinema Score reported that audience give the film a A grade on an A plus to F scale. Will Post Track reported filmographers give it an overall positive score of 90% and 79% recommend. Todd McCarthy of the Hollywood Reporter said Avengers Age of Ultron succeed in the top priority of creating a worthy opponent for its superheroes and giving the latter a few new things to do. But this time the action scenes don't always measure up. Scott founds of variety rot. If this is what the apotheosis of branded big studio entertainment has come to look like in 2015, we could be doing much worse. Unlike its title character, Age of Ultron most definitely has a soul. Writing for the Chicago Sun-Times and giving the film 3.5 out of 4 stars. Richard Rapper said, "Someday an average Avengers film might collapse under the weight of its own awesomeness. I mean, how many times can they save the world? But this is not that day." Peter Travers of Rolling Stone wrote, Age of Ultron is a all summer of fireworks packed into one movie. It does not just go to 11, it just starts there. Take a few wrong turns, creating a jumble bun when the action gets too thick, but he recovers like a pro, devising a spectacle that's epic in every sense of the word. Matt Joller, Sergio of RogerAbbott.com, gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, stating that despite being bigger, louder, and more disjointed than its predecessor, it is also got more personality, superficially widens than any other film in the now 7-year-old franchise. Helen O'Hara of Empire praised the interactions between the characters, the action set pieces, and Whedon ability as a director in her review, stating that the film redefines the scale we can expect from our superheroes. Conversely, Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times said, although this movie is effective moment, very little of it lingers in the mind afterward. The ideal vehicle for our age of immediate sensation and instant gratification, it disappears without a trace almost as soon as it's consumed. Scott Maddelson of Forbes said Avengers Age of Ultron play like an obligation, a box to be checked off and on a list before all parties move on to the things they really want to do. Manola Dargis of the New York Times wrote, this just does not always pop the way that the first one sometimes did, partially because its villain is not as memorable, despite Mr. Spadder's silky threat. Camilla Long of the Sunday Times remarked, 2 hours of boredom and boobs add up to a sorry basis for the new Avengers, much like the release of Guardians of the Galaxy. The film received mixed reviews. Upon release in China, due to poor translation, the translation which were said to be too literal were thought to have been done by Google Translate, a collays. In December 2015, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science placed Avengers Age of Ultron on their short list of potential nominees for the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects at the 88th Academy Awards, but ultimately did not nominate it. Robert John Downey, born April 4, 1965, is an American actor, producer, and singer. His career has been characterized by critical and popular success in his youth, followed by a period of substance abuse and legal troubles, before a resurgence of commercial success in middle age in 2008. Downey was named by Time magazine among the 100 most influential people in the world, and from 2013 to 2015 he was listed by Forbes as Hollywood highest paid actor. His films have grossed over $14.4 billion worldwide, making him the second highest grossing box office star of all time. At the age of 5, he made his acting debut in Robert Downey film Pound in 1970. He subsequently worked with the Brat back in the teen film Science and Less Than Zero in 1992. Downey portrayed the little character in the biopic Chaplin, for which he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor and won a BAFTA Award. Following a stint at the Corcoran Substance Abuse Treatment Facility on drug charges, he joined the TV series Ally MC Beale, for which he won a Golden Globe Award. However, in the wake of two drug charges, one in late 2000 and one in early 2001, he was fired and his character terminated. He stayed in a court ordered drug treatment program shortly after, and has maintained his sobriety since 2003. Initially, bond completion companies would not insure Downey until Mel Gibson paid the insurance bond for the 2003 film The Singing Detective. He subsequently went on to star in the black comedy Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the trailer Jodie, and the action comedy Tropic Thunder. For the latter, he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Downey gained global recognition for starring as Tony Stark Iron Man in 10 films within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Beginning with Iron Man, he has also played the title character in Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes which earned him his second Golden Globe and its sequel, Early Life and Family. Donnie was born in Manhattan, New York City, the younger of two children. His father, Robert Donnie, is an actor and filmmaker, while his mother, Lisa Ann, was an actress who appeared in Donnie film. Donnie's father is of half Lithuanian Jewish, one quarter Hungarian Jewish and one quarter Irish descent, of which Donnie's mother had Scottish, German, and Swiss ancestry. Robert's original family name was Alice, which was changed by his father to enlist in the army. Donnie and his older sister Alison grew up in Greenwich Village. As a child, Donnie was surrounded by drugs. His father, a drug addict, allowed Donnie to use marijuana at age 6, an incident which his father later said he regretted. Donnie later stated that drug use became an emotional bond between him and his father. When my dad and I would do drug together, it was like him trying to express his love for me in the only way he knew how. Eventually, Donnie began spending every night abusing alcohol and making 1,000 phone calls in pursuit of drugs. During his childhood, Downey had minor roles in his father's films. He made his acting debut at the age of 5, playing a sick puppy in the absurdist comedy Pound, 1970. And then at 7 appeared in the show surrealistic Western Gracer A Place, 1972. At the age of 10, he was living in England and studied classical ballet as part of a larger curriculum. He attended the Stage Door Minor Performing Arts Training Center in upstate New York as a teenager. When his parents divorced in 1978, Donnie moved to California with his father, but in 1982 he dropped out of Santa Monica High School and moved back to New York to pursue an acting career full time. Donnie and Kaffer Sutherland, who shared the screen in 1988 drama 1969, were roommates for 3 years when he first moved to Hollywood to pursue his career in acting. A career 1983 to 1995, beginnings and critical acclaim. Donnie began building upon theatre roles, including in the short-lived off-Broadway musical American Passion at the Joyce Theatre in 1983, produced by Norman Lear in 1985. He was part of the new younger cast hired for Saturday Night Live, but following a year of poor ratings and criticism of the new cast comedic talents, he and most of the new crew were dropped and replaced. Rolling Stone magazine named Donnie and the worst SNL cast member in its entire run, stating that the Donnie fall sums up everything that make SNL great. That same year, Donnie had a dramatic acting breakthrough when he played James Spader character sidekick in Tough Turf and then a bully in John Hughes Wide Science. He was considered for the role of Ducky in John Hughes' film Pretty in Pink, but his first lead role was with Molly Ringwald in The Pickup Artist. Because of this and other comic coming of age films Donnie did during the 1980s, he is sometimes named as a member of the Brat Pack. 1987 Donnie played Julia Wells, a drug addicted rich boy whose life version of the Brat Eastern Alley version novel Less Than Zero. His performance described by Jannat Moslin in the New York Times as the separately moving was widely praised, though Donnie he said that for him the role was like the ghost of Christmas future, since his drug habit resulted in his becoming an aggregation of the characters in real life. Zero drove Donnie into film with bigger budgets and names such as John's Array 1989 with Sybil Shepherd and Ryan O'Neill, Air America with Mel Gibson and Soap Dish with Shelley Field, Kevin Kline, and Whoopi Goldberg in 1992. He starred as Charlie Chaplin in Chaplin, a role for which he prepared extensively, learning how to play the violin as well as tennis left-handed. He had a personal coach in order to help him imitate Chaplin's posture and a way of carrying himself. The role garnered Donnie an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor at the Academy Award 65th ceremony, losing to Pacino in Court of Women. In 1993, he appeared in the film Heart. He and Soul with Alaf Free Wood Dard and Kyra Sadwick and Shortcuts with Matthew Modine and Julian Moore, along with the documentary that he wrote about the 1992 presidential campaign titled The Last Party. He started in the 1994 films Only You with Marisa Tomei and Natural Born Killer with Woody Harrelson. He then subsequently appeared in Restoration. Richard III, who two girl and a guy as a special agent John Royce in US Marshals and in black and white 1996 2001 career troubles. Donnie at the premiere of Air America 1990 from 1996 through 2001. Donnie was arrested numerous times on charges related to drugs including cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, and went through drug treatment program unsuccessfully, explaining in 1999 to a judge. It's like I have a shotgun in my mouth and I have got my finger in the trigger and I like the taste of the gun metal. He explained his relapses by claiming to have it due to the fact that his father his father make troubles Donnie in 1991 and the facilitator in that year was that is often relatable and also in figure of that year. So arrested for possession of heroin, cocaine and an unloaded 357 Magnum handgun while he was speeding down Sunset Boulevard. A month later, while in parole, he uh, trespassed into neighbor home while under the influence of a uncontrolled substance and fell asleep in one of the bed. He received 3 years of probation and was ordered to undergo compulsory drug testing in 1997. He missed one of the court ordered drug tests and had to spend 6 months in the Los Angeles County Jail. After Donnie missed another record drug test in 1999, he was arrested once more. Despite Donnie liar is Robert Shapiro assembling the same team of liars that successfully defended O.J. Simpson during his criminal trial for murdered Donnie was sentenced was sentenced for the sincerely to a 3 years prison term at the time at the time of marijuana is cracking which sporting compulsory drug testing. Donny was sentenced to a 3 year prison term at the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison in Corcoran, California. At the time of the 1999 arrest, all of Donny's film projects had wrapped and were close to release. He had done their own facilities, had a dabble on the NBC animated television series God, the Devil and Bob, but was fired when he failed to show up for rehearsals after spending nearly a year in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison. Donny, on condition of posting $5,000 bail dollars, was unexpectedly freed when a judge ruled that his collective time in incarceration facilities and qualified him early for early release. A week after his 2000 release, Donny joined the cast of the hit television series Ally MC Bale, playing the new love interest of Calista Flockhart, a title character. His performance was praised, and the following year he was nominated for an Emmy Award in the Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series category and won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor in a Mini Series or television film. He also appeared as a writer and singer on Wanda Shepard's Ally MC Bale for Once in My Life album, and he sang with Sting a duet of Every Breath You Take in an episode of the series. Despite the apparent success, Donny claimed that his performance on the series was overrated and said, "It was my lowest point in terms of addiction. At that stage, I did not give a fuck whether I ever acted again." In January 2001, Donny was scheduled to play the role of Hamlet in a Los Angeles stage production directed by Mel Gibson. Before the end of his first session on Ally MC Bale, over the Thanksgiving 2000 holiday, Donnie was arrested when his room at Marif Griffin's Hotel and Givenchy Spa in Palm Springs, California, was searched by the police who were responding to an anonymous 911 call. Donnie was under the influence of a controlled substance and in possession of cocaine, and William, despite the fact that if convicted he would have faced a prison sentence of up to 4 years and 8 months, he signed on to appear in at least 8 more LMC Beale episodes. In April 2001, while he was on parole, Los Angeles police officer found him wandering barefooted in Culver City. He was arrested for suspicion of being under the influence of drugs, but was released a few hours later, even though tests showed he had cocaine in his system. After his this last arrest, producer David Calais and other LMC bail executives ordered last-minute rewrites and reshoot and fired Donnie from the show, despite the fact that Donnie's character had resuscitated LMC bail ratings. The Culver City arrest also cost him a role in the high-profile film America is Sweethearts, and the subsequent incarceration prompted Mel Gibson to shut down his planned stage production of Hamlet as well. In July 2001, Donnie pleaded no contest to the Palm Springs charges, avoiding jail time. Instead, he was sent into drugs and fired avoid jail time. Instead, he was sent into drug rehabilitation and received 3 years of probation, benefiting from California Proposition 36, which had been passed the year before with the aim of helping non-violent drug offenders overcome their addictions instead of sending them to jail. The book Conversation with Woody Allen reports that director Woody Allen wanted to cast Donnie and Winona Ryder in his film Melinda and Melinda in 2005, but was unable to do so because he could not get insurance on them, stating, "We could not get bonded. The completion bonding companies would not bond the picture unless we could insure them." He was heartbroken because I had worked with Winona before and thought she was perfect for this, and wanted to work with her again, and I had always wanted to work with Bob Donny and always thought he was a huge talent. In December 2000, article for People magazine untitled Bad to Worse. Donny is a stepmother, his Rosemary told author Alex Translowski that Donny had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder a few years ago and added that his bipolar disorder was the reason he had a hard time staying sober. What has not been tried is medication and intensive psychotherapy. In the same article, Dr. Manish Nika Khattar, a Los Angeles psychiatrist and co-author of Addiction or Self-Medication, the Truth, claimed she received a letter from Donny in 1999 during his time at Corcoran asking for advice on his condition. She discovered that no one had done a complete evaluation. I asked him flat out if he thought he was bipolar, and he said, "Oh, yeah, there are times I spend a lot of money and I am hyperactive, and there are other times I am done." In an article for the March 2007 issue of SQ, Donny stated that he wanted to address this whole thing about the bipolar after receiving a phone call from the Bipolar Association asking him about being bipolar. When Donny denied he had ever said he was bipolar, the caller quoted the People article, to which Donny replied, "No, Dr. Mally Bushian. Well, it's been written, so we're going to quote it." Donny flatly denied being depressed or manic, and that previous attempts to diagnose him with any kind of psychiatric or mood disorder have always been secured because the guy I was seeing did not know I was smoking crack in his bathroom. You can't make diagnosis until somebody is sober. 2001 to 7 Careers Comeback. Donny at the 2007 San Diego Comic Con International promoting Iron Man. After a few years of substance abuse, arrest, rehab, and relapse, Donny was ready to work toward a full recovery from drugs and return to his career. In discussing his failed attempts to control his addictive behavior in the past, Donny told Oprah Winfrey in November 2004 that when someone say, "I really wonder if maybe I should go to rehab," well, you are a wreck. You just lost your job and your wife left you. You might want to give it a shot. He added that after his last arrest in April 2001, when he knew he would likely be facing another stint in prison or another form of incarceration, such as court ordered rehab, I said, "You know what? I don't think I can continue doing this. And I reached out for help and I run with it. You can reach out for help in kind of a half-assed way and you will get it and you won't take advantage of it. It's not that difficult to overcome this simply ghastly problems. What is hard is to decide to do it. Donny got his first post rehabilitation acting job in August 2001, lip syncing in the video for Elton John's single I Want Love video. Director Sam Taylor would shot 16 takes of the video and used the last one because, according to John, Donnie looked completely relaxed and the way he underplay it is fantastic. Donnie was able to return to the big screen after Mel Gibson, who had been a close friend to Donnie since both had co-starred in Air America, paid Donnie his insurance bond for the 2003 film The Singing Detective, directed by his Back to School co-star Keith Gordon. Gibson Gamble paved the way for Donnie comeback and Donnie returned to mainstream films in the mid 2000s with Gothica, for which producer Joel Silver withheld 40% of his salary until after production wrapped, as insurance against his addictive behavior. Similar clauses have become standard in his contract since. Silver, who was getting closer to Donnie as he dated his assistant Susan Levin, also got the actor the leading role in the comedy thriller Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the directorial debut of screenwriter Shane Black. After Gothica, Donnie was cast in a number of leading and supporting roles, including well-received work in a number of semi-independent films. A Guide to Recognizing Your Scent, Good Night and Good Luck, Richard Linklater, a dystopian rotoscoped Scanner Darkly, in which Donnie plays the role of a drug addict, and Steven Shanberg, fictional biographical film of Danny Arbus, for where Donnie's character represented the two biggest influences on Arbus' professional life, Lysette model and Marvin Israel. Donnie also received great notice for his roles in more mainstream fare such as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And Disney poorly received the Saggy Dog. On November 23, 2004, Donnie released his debut musical album, The Futurist Encore Classical, for which he designed the cover art and designed the track listening label on the CD with his son. Indio. The album received mixed reviews, but Donnie stated in 2006 that he probably will not do another album as he felt that the energy he put into doing the album was not compensated. In 2006, Donnie returned to television when he did voice acting on a Family Guy in the episode The Fat Guy Strangler. Donnie had previously telephoned the show's production staff and asked if he could produce or assist in episode creation as his son Indio is a fan of the show. The producers of the show accepted the offer and created the characters of Patrick, Pater, Suchmet, Lois, Griffin, a long lost, mentally disturbed brother for Donnie. Donnie signed on with the publishers Harper Collins to write a memoir, which in 2006 was already being billed as a candid look at the high and low of his life and career. In 2008, however, Donnie returned his advance to the publishers and cancelled the book without further comment. In 2007, Donnie appeared in David Fincher mystery thriller Jodie, which was based on a true story. He played the role of San Francisco Chronicle journalist Paul Avery, who once reported the Jodi killer case. 2008 to present, Iron Man blockbuster films and further success. Donnie promoting Iron Man in Mexico City in 2008 with all of the critical success Donnie had experienced throughout his career. He had not appeared in a blockbuster film. That changed in 2008 when Donnie stated in two critically and commercially successful films, Iron Man and Tropic Thunder. In the article Ben Stiller wrote for Donnie entry in the 2008 edition of the Time 100, he offered an observation on Donnie commercially successful summer at the box office. Yes, Donnie is Iron Man, but he really is actor man in the real where box office is relevant and talent is king. The real that actually means something he has always ruled, and finally this summer he gets to have his cake and let us eat up all the way to the multiplex where he mastery is in full effect. Ben Stiller, the 2008 Time 100 entry number 60 Robert Downey. In 2007, Downey was cast as the title character in the film Iron Man, with the director John Favreau explaining the choice by stating Donnie was not the most obvious choice, but he understood what makes the character tick. He found a lot of his own life experience in Tony Stark. Favreau insisted on having Donnie, as he repeatedly claimed that Donnie would be to Iron Man, but Johnny Depp is to the Pirates of the Caribbean series a lead actor who could both elevate the quality of the film and increase the public interest in it. For the role, Donnie had to gain more than 20 pounds of muscles in 5 months to look like he had the power to forge iron. Iron Man was globally released between April 30 and May 3, 2008, grossing over 585 million worldwide and receiving reviews which cited Downey's performance as a highlights of the film. By October 2008, Downey had agreed to appear as Iron Man in two Iron Man sequels as part of Iron Man franchise as well as the Avengers featuring the superhero team that Stark joined based on Marvel comic book series The Avengers. He first reprised the role in a small appearance as Iron Man alter ego Tony Stark in 2008 film The Incredible Hulk as a part of Marvel Studios depicting the same Marvel universe on film by providing continuity among the movies. After Iron Man, Donnie appeared alongside Ben Stiller and Jack Black in the Stiller directed Tropic Thunder. The three actors play a Hollywood archetype with Donnie playing self-absorbed multi-Oscar winning Australian method actor Kirk Lazarus as they star in extremely expensive film called Tropic Thunder. Lazarus undergoes controversial skin pigmentation procedure in order to take on the role of African American platoon sergeant Lincoln Orisis, which required Donnie to wear dark makeup and a wig. Both Stiller and Donnie feared Donnie's portrayal of the character could become controversial. Stiller says that he and Donnie always stayed focused on the fact that they were scary, insufferable actors, not African American. I was trying to push it as far as you can within reality, Stiller explains. I had no idea how people would respond to it. Stiller screened a rough cut of the film in March 2008 and it scored high with African Americans. He was relieved at the reaction. It seems people really embrace it, he said. When asked by Harry Smith on SBS The Early Show who his model was for Lazarus, Donnie laughed before responding, sadly, my story as self released in the United States on August 13, 2008. Tropic Thunder received good reviews with 83% of reviews positive and an average normalized score of 71 according to the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, respectively. It earned 26 million USA dollars in its North American opening weekend and retained the number one position for its first three weekends of release. The film grossed $180 million in theaters before its release on home video on November 18, 2008. Donnie was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Lazarus. Donnie with Rachel finished in critic who had seen the film in 2008 were mentioning it as a possible Academy Award candidate. Donnie picked up an Academy Award nomination for the 2008 release year for his role in Tropic Thunder. The first role Donnie accepted after Iron Man was the title character in Guy Ritchie, his Sherlock Holmes. Warner Brothers released it on December 25, 2009. The film set several box office records in the United States for a Christmas Day release, beating the previous record Border 2008 Marley and Me by nearly $10 million and finished second to Avatar in a second record setting Christmas weekend box office. Sherlock Holmes ended up being the eighth highest grossing film of 2009 when Donnie won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for his role as Sherlock Holmes. He noted in his acceptance speech that he had prepared no remarks because Susan Donnie, his wife and Sherlock Holmes producer, told me that Matt Damon, nominated for his role in The Informant, was going to win, so did not bother preparing a speech. 20 and the wax work of Donnie on display at Madame Tussauds, London. Donnie returned as Tony Stark in the first of two planned sequels to Iron Man 2, which released in May 2010. Iron Man 2 grossed over $623 million worldwide, becoming the seventh biggest grossing film of 2010. Donnie's other commercial film release of 2010 was the comedy road film Due Date. The movie co-starring Jack Galifianakis was released in November 2010 and grossed over $211 million worldwide, making it the 36th highest grossing movie of 2010. Donnie's sole 2011 film credit was the sequel to the 2009 version of Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadow, which opened worldwide on December 16, 2011. In 2012, Donnie reprised the role of Tony Stark in The Avengers. The film received positive reviews and was highly successful at the box office, becoming the third highest grossing film of all time, both in the United States and worldwide. His film, the David Dobkin directed, Dreamed the Judge, a project co produced by his production company Team Donny, was the opening film at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2014. Donnie played Tony Stark again in Iron Man 3 2013, Avengers Age of Ultron 2015, Captain America Civil War 2016, Spider Man Homecoming 2017, Avengers Infinity War 2018, and Avengers Endgame 2019. According to Deadline, he will also be seen in a Black Widow 2020, which takes place after Civil War. Donnie hosted the Age of a YouTube documentary series released in 2019. In 2020, he starred in Doolittle, playing the titular character depicted in the film as a 19th century English physician who can speak to animals. This was the second film from Team Donnie. Donnie hosted the Age of YouTube documentary series released in 2019. In 2020, he starred in Doolittle, playing the titular character depicted in the film as a 19th century English physician who can speak to animals. This was the second film from Team Donnie. It was a box office disappointment and received negative reviews from critics who called it too long, lifeless. Upcoming projects: Donnie will appear in the sports comedy drama film All Star Weekend, directed by Jamie Foxx. He will reprise his role as a Holmes in a third film scheduled for release on December 22, 2021. Other ventures: music: Donnie has sung on several soundtracks for his film, including for Chaplin, Too Much Sun, Two Girls and a Guy, Friends and a Lovers, The Singing Detective, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. In 2001, he appeared in the music video for Elton John's song I Want Love. He released a CD in 2004 called The Futurist and will he released Donnie's most commercially successful recording venture to date, combining sales and radio airplay, has been his remake of the Joni Mitchell Christmas song River, which was included on the Ally MC Beale tie-in album Ally MC Beale, A Very Ally Christmas, released in 2000. Donnie's character Laurie Paul performs the song in the Ally MC Beale episode. Johnny Very Well production company on June 14, 2010. Donnie and his wife Sushan opened their own production company called Team Donnie. Their first project was The Judge, Personal Life, Relationships and Family. Donnie started dating actress Sarah Jessica Parker after meeting her on the set of Firstborn. The couple later separated due to his drug addiction. He married actress and singer Deborah Falconer on May 29, 1992, after a 42-day courtship. Their son Indio Falconer Donnie was born in September 1993. The strain on their marriage from Donnie is repeated trips to rehab and jail finally reached a breaking point in 2001. In the mindset of Donnie's last arrest and sentencing, mine to an extended stay in rehab, Falconer left Donnie and took their son with her. Donnie and Falconer finalized their divorce on April 2006, 2026, 2004. Donnie and his wife Susan at the 2010 Academy Awards. In 2003, Donnie met producer Susan Levin, an executive vice president of production at Joel Silver Film Company, Silver Pictures, on the set of Gothica. Though Susan twice turned down his amorous advance, she and Donnie did quietly strike up a romance during production, despite Susan's worries that the romance would not last after the completion of shooting because he is an actor. I have a real job. The couple's relationship continued after production wrapped on the Gothica, and Donnie proposed to Susan on the night before her 13th birthday in August 2005. The couple were married and in a Jewish ceremony at Amagansett, New York. Amagansett. A tattoo on one of his biceps reads Soji Kyo in tribute to her. Their first child, a son named Exton Alice, was born in February 2012, and their second, a daughter named Avril. Son named Exton Alice was born in February. Second daughter Avery Royal was born in November 2014. Donnie has been a close friend of Mel Gibson since they started in Air America. Donnie defended Gibson during the controversy surrounding the Passion of the Christ and said nobody is perfect, in reference of Gibson duel. Gibson said of Donnie, he was one of the first people to call and offer the hand of friendship. He just said, hey, welcome to the club. Let's go see what we can do to work on our sleeves. In October 2011, Donnie was being honored at the 25th American Cinematic Awards. Donnie chose Gibson to present him with his award for his work, and used his airtime to say a few kind words about Gibson and explain why he chose him to present the award. Sobriety. Donnie maintained that he has been drug free since July 2003 and has credited his wife with helping him overcome his drug and alcohol habits, along with his family, their therapy, meditation, 12-step recovery programs, yoga, and the practice of Wing Chun Kung Fu. The Martial art he learned from Eric Orame, who is also a fight consultant in several of Donnie's movies. Orame was Donnie's personal fight coordinator in Avengers Age of Ultron and Captain America Civil War. In December 2015, Donnie received a full and unconditional pardon from Governor of California, Governor of California Jerry Brown for his prior drug conviction. Oram wrote a letter in support of Donnie's pardon to Governor Brown when asked why he was able to make his sobriety stick this time on the Orpha Winfrey show. Donnie said it's really not that difficult to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What is hard is to decide to do it. Religious beliefs. Donnie has described his religious beliefs as Javis Buddhist, and he is reported to have consulted astrologer in the past. Donnie has been interested in Christianity and the Hare Krishna movement. Political views in 2008 interview, Donnie stated that his time in prison changed his political point of view somewhat, saying, I have a really interesting political point of view, and it's not always something I saw too loud at dinner tables here, but you can't go from a 2000 night shoot at a law marriage to a penitentiary and really understand it and come out a liberal. You can't. I would not wish that experience on anyone else, but it was very, very, very educational for me and has informed my productivities and politics ever since. However, when asked about the quote in 2015 interview to promote Avengers Age of Ultron, he denied that his previous statement reflected any long standing beliefs on his part and stated, I would not say that I am a Republican or a liberal or a Democrat. Donnie serves on the board of the Anti Recidivism Coalition in 2016. Donnie appeared in an anti Trump commercial with other celebrities, encouraging people to register to vote in the 2016 election. In January 2020, during the promotions of his film Doolittle, Donnie announced that he had made the decision to adopt a vegan diet in response to the debate about the climate crisis, stating that I am a one man carbon footprint nightmare colossus and believes he can do his part to contribute. Donnie previously announced his opening of the Footprint Coalition, an organization he launched to reduce carbon footprint around the world using advanced technology. Christopher Robert Evans, born June 13, 1981, is an American actor. Evans made his film debut in World Life educational film, and this was followed by television appearances such as in the series Opposite Sex in 2000. Afterwards, He starred in several teen films, including Not Another Teen Movie 2001 and The Perfect Score in 2005. He gained attention for his portrayal of Marvel Comics character Human Torch in Fantastic Four and its a 2007 sequel Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. Events made further film appearances which were adaptations from comic books and graphic novels, playing Casey Jonas in Jack Jansen in The Loser, Lucy in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and Curtis Everett in Snowpiercer. He gained worldwide attention for his portrayal of Steve Rogers, Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe series of films. With credited appearance and cameo in 11 films, his notable performances are in Captain America, the First Avenger, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Captain America Civil War, and the ensemble film The Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. His work in the Marvel film series established him as one of the highest paid actors in the world. In addition to comic book films, Evans starred in Sunshine, Gifted, and Knives Out. He also starred in several romantic comedies, including The Nanny Diaries and Playing It Cool, the latter of which he also executive produced. Evans made his directorial debut with the romantic drama Before We Go In, which he also produced and starred. He made his Broadway debut in the 2008 revival of Kenneth Lonergan play Lobby Hero, which earned him a Drama Levy Award nomination. Early life and education. Evans was born in June 13, 1981 in Boston and grew up in the nearby town of Sudbury. His mother, Lisa, is an artistic director at the Concord Youth. Evans has three siblings: an elder sister, Carly, a younger brother, Scott, and a younger sister, Shanna. Carly is a high school drama and English teacher at Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School. While Scott is an actor, he and his siblings were raised Catholic. Their uncle Mike represented 8th Congressional District. He also has 3 younger half siblings from his father's second marriage. He enjoyed attending musical theatre classes and also went to acting camp. He he played Randolph Mack in the musical Bye Bye Barty. He and siblings also performed in front of relatives during Christmas. Being on stage felt like home. Evans graduated from Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School. He later moved to New York City and took classes at the Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute of Career. 1997 2004 Early roles. Even first credited appearance was in a short educational film titled Biodiversity Wild About Life in 1997. In 1999, Evans was the model for Taylor in a Hasbro board game Mystery Date. The special edition of the game included an electronic phone, which Evans is shown speaking on to into on the game box. In September 2000, he moved to Los Angeles and lived in Oakwood apartments in Toluca Lake, a complex where he met fellow young actors. You make lot of strange connections with a lot of thirsty people, but you kind of are one of the thirsty people too. It was a great time. It really was. It's like the LA welcoming committee, he said. Even made his screen debut in the family drama The Newcomers in 2000. A year later, he appeared in Not Another Teen Movie, a parody film in which he plays high school footballer Jack Waller in 2004. He had a lead role in The Perfect Score, a teen comedy heist about a group of students who break into an office to steal answers to the SET exam. The film was critically panned. Matthew Lyland of the BBC thought Evans' performance was bland and the cast had little chemistry. Also that year, he co-starred in the action thriller Cellular with Jason Statham, Kim Basinger, and William H. Macy. Evans played college student Ryan, who must have saved a kidnapped woman after randomly receiving a phone call from her. Although the feature received mixed response, Slant magazine review opened that even proved himself a sufficiently charismatic leading man. Evans later recalled that some of his early films were really terrible 2005 to 10 comic book films and other roles. In 2005, Evans starred in the independent drama Ferris People, an adaptation of Dick Whittington's 2002 novel of the same name. He also starred in London romantic drama in which he played a drug user with relationship problems. The film was negatively received by critics. for his first comic book film. He portrayed superhero Johnny Storm, Human Torch, in Fantastic Four based on the Marvel comic of the same name. Upon release, the film was commercial success